Hey everyone. So I want to talk to everyone about the damage foe event and how to get gold in the event easily, right? This is a Warhammer Chaos and Conquest life hack. All right. So let's look at the event, look at the requirement, and then I'll talk you guys through it. So on this weekend we have a damage slainish foe event. I'm keep level 21, and just so you're tracking, depending on what keep level you're at, the requirements for the event to get gold will change. Keep level 21 is one of the lowest ones, and then once you pass keep level 21, it goes up, and then I think to keep level 25, it goes up again. So just know that, because keep level 21 is like a really good level to be at for these types of events. So here it is, the damage slainish foe event. My requirement is 1.75 million, and I'll show you how to get gold in one hit. All right, you can get more than gold if you want to, but what I'm about to teach you. Okay, so let's talk about what's important. The first thing that you're going to want to do before this event starts is anywhere from, when you go look at upcoming events, anywhere from 15 to 20 hours prior to this event, you're going to want to set yourself up for maximum stamina. Okay, now there's different names for this. Some people call it pajama set, some people call it battery mode. For me, I just call it the maximum stamina setup, because that's what it is, right? You're trying to get the maximum stamina that you could build up so that you can use it during this event. And I'll show you how to do that. All right, we'll start out with rituals for maximum stamina, okay? So in your champion rituals, you have two things in here. You have your champion endurance 1, and you have your champion endurance 2, okay? And at whatever level you're at, you're going to want to try to get these things as maxed out as you can in order to generate some extra stamina. Now, it's not a lot. I mean, it is more on 2, but I mean, even at keep level 21, I can only get to level 3 on this, so it's only 50. And then if you go to the first one, champion endurance 1 is going to give you an extra 200 if you can max it out, right? I haven't even maxed mine out yet. I'm only at level 9, okay? So this is going to help add the amount of useful stamina that we can get to. Okay? All right. So that's the two rituals that you have to worry about. Champion Endurance 1 and 2, increased stamina. Now let's talk about Vanquish skills. Okay? So you go in here 15 to 20 hours prior to the event. Okay? You're going to go in here, you're going to reset your points. You're going to start over again if you're not here already. And in order to go down the tree, you have to put 3 into each one of these skills in order to go down the tree. Okay? So for the maximum stamina build, you're going to go down the tree on the left side only. Okay? You're going to put 3 into your champion recovery 1. You're going to come down in here to Inhuman Vigor. You're going to add 3 so that you can move down the tree. Boundless Stamina 1, you're going to add 3, move down the tree, and so on and so forth. You're going to move all the way down to Boundless Stamina 3, okay? When you get to Boundless Stamina 3, you're going to add max, the maximum amount of points that you could put into Boundless Stamina 3. And then you're going to go down to Boundless Stamina 2, you're going to add max, okay? And then you're going to go down to Boundless Stamina 1, and whatever you have left over, you're going to add max. Now, I'm at level 48. At level 48 is when I have just the right amount of skills to be able to max Boundless Stamina 3, 2, and 1. Okay? So that's what you're looking to do. All right, at 47 and below, you're going to be a few points off here. All right. So that's the skills that you want to be in for your Vanquish skills. Okay? Then you're going to set up your gear. Okay? So let's talk about the gear. And there's so many different types of sets of gear now. I'm going to walk you through a few of them, and based on what there is, you can go through and you know, interchange things for yourself to see what you can get based on your materials to max out what you can get for stamina. All right. So I go in here and do events and sets. All right. The first set you're going to see is the Vanquisher sets. Okay. You can see that the helm, in my opinion, because everybody's opinion, you know how that works. In my opinion, the helm is the most important piece. So if you can make anything, in my opinion, you make this first. The reason why is because you're getting stamina off of the helm itself. Okay, and then if you max this out, which it takes a lot of materials to max out, I don't expect that thing to be maxed out right away, you get 500. So it goes from 100 to 500 based on whatever level you're on, right? Now, if you add pieces to it, it goes up. So from here, you start out with 100. If you get 3 pieces of the Vanquisher set, you get an additional 1,000, which equals 1,100 to 1,500, depending on the level of your helm. And then if you get all 6 pieces, then you add 2,600 to 3,000, right? So you got 1,000, 2,500, 2,600, and then if you max up that helm to legendary, then the maximum amount you can get with this entire set, which is a 6-piece set, is 3,000. Okay, so what I have, and what I'll show you is what I have, is I have the helm, I have, whoops, go back there, sorry about that. I have the helm, I have the gloves, and I have the talisman. And I have the boots, but I don't use the boots for my stamina setup, but I'll show you that in a second. So for me, I mix and match, okay? You can have all 6 of these pieces, but again, they take a long time to get. What's easier to get in the game is 2 pieces of this headsman set, okay? Now let's talk about this headsman set real quick. In the headsman set, if you're going to get anything first, just like with the other one, you want to get the helm first, in my opinion. If you're going to get anything first, you want to get this sword first, because this sword adds champion vanquish damage, right? Now, if you get 2 pieces, and the first 2 pieces that you go for is the sword and the chest plate, right? You get 2 pieces on, you're going to add 500 additional stamina, okay? Now, if you get 3 pieces, then you add another 500, so that's 1,000, right? And if you get 4 pieces, then you add another 500, that's 1,500 usable stamina, right? So you have 1,500 possible. If you were to get just the headsman set, you have 1,500 by itself possible of additional stamina, okay? And you got gloves, and you got a helm here now. The gloves and helm are new to the game. All right. Now let me show you something else. And I just learned this recently, so bear with me. Sabatons of Blinding Hate. Okay? A little bit harder to make. This is kind of that higher level thing, right? But once you get these things to epic, you add an additional 1,500 stamina. And if you can get them to legendary, then you add another 2,500 stamina. So for me, what I'm going for is I'm going for a mix. Okay, so for me, I've got the Vanquisher set, 3 pieces plus the helm, which gives me 1,000 plus 100 of the helm, so that gives me 1,100 additional stamina. I've got the helm, the gloves, and the amulet, right? I've also got the boots, but I'll explain that in a second. But then I've also got this sword, right? And the chest piece, which gives me another 500. So with 1,100 from here, and plus another 500 from here, I've got 1,600 additional stamina, right? All right. So that's what I use in order to go into battery mode, and I put these on. So these are really important. These help you generate more stamina per minute. So you're building up stamina faster while you're in that max stamina mode, right? So it's important to have these. Now these boots do it as well. They have the same thing, the regen per minute, but these are a lot harder to upgrade. The materials to get these to upgrade are a lot harder. So in my opinion, and we all know what opinions are like, it's better to have these when you're in battery mode because they are a lot easier to upgrade, okay? And this is important for regenerating stamina. All right, so for me, this is my battery mode. Again, you can go full Vanquish, you can go full Headsman, or you can go Headsman, Vanquish mix. And if you can ever get them, the Sabatons of Blinding Hate, which I don't have yet. And if you have what I have right now with the Sabatons of Blinding Hate, you can get an additional 4,500 points of possible stamina. That's if you max out the helm included. Alright. So we went through Vanquish skills, we went through rituals, and we went through gear. Now, it's also important to make sure you have the right skin on. This Blood Bastion gives you additional stamina depending on what level you're on. So you can add an additional 2,500 stamina if you have this thing maxed out. For me, I'm at level 3. So in battery mode or max stamina mode, you want to be in this skin when you're building stamina. So with all of that, that gives me 10,550 usable stamina. Okay? Alright. Now, I'm going to readjust for the Vanquish. Okay? I'm going to go and I'm going to change out my Vanquish skills. I'm going to reset my points. And I won't reset all of them. Just some of them. I'll show you how you calculate. Okay, I'm going to add 3 here. Again, I'm going to go down the tree. I'm going to go down the middle because I'm looking for Vanquish damage, right? Just 3, just in order to go down the tree until I can get to Vanquish damage 2. Alright, here I am at Vanquish damage 2. Alright. The maximum you can get, 40% of Vanquish damage, and I'm going to max that out. I'm going to go back up to Vanquish damage 1. Alright. Another 30%, and I'm going to max that out. And then I'm going to add 3 down the right side because I want to get to flurry of attacks and I want to be able to add more hits. I'll show you why that's important in a second. So I add 3 here. Alright, and I'm going to start out. Some people don't even have to do this because they hit so hard. I'm going to start out with 3. Alright, let's move out of Vanquish skills for a second. I'm going to leave that alone. Here's another thing that's important to work on, right? Let's go back to rituals real quick. So for your rituals, you're going to want to max out or get as many points as you can into Champion Chain Damage 1. Okay, this one adds 4%. And Champion Chain Damage 2, which is right here. And I can only get to level 3, right? But so chain damage is really important for this event. Okay, so those are what you're going to want to touch on for this damage foe event. All right. Let's talk about gear real quick. So I already have my Vanquish damage set up right here. Actually, I'll change this helm. So this helm, you can use this helm if you're trying to go for more damage because it has Champion Vanquish damage on it. However, if you can reach the damage without using this helm, it's honestly better to use the Helm of Avarice so that you can get double reward chance. Okay? For me, I already know that I can do it, so I'm going to equip this one so I can get more rewards. Or hopefully get double rewards, right? Alright. So let's start out with the helm. For me, I've got double reward chance with the Helm of Avarice. Or you can use the Vanquisher helm and get more damage if that's what you want. Or if that's what you need. These are the most important gloves. Okay? They're going to be easier than the Vanquish gloves to increase, so these gloves are actually a lot better, in my opinion. So the Transmuting the Embraces, and you get these by defeating dwarf armies, so when those dwarf army event comes up, make sure that you guys are working on those so you guys can get the materials that you need in order to max this. Because you want this Vanquish chain damage bonus. Okay? Really important. Alright. Then you want to get this Relic of Chosen. Now, really important that you guys understand. There's a couple of different relics that you could use. This Relic of Chosen is better than the other ones, but it's not always better than the other ones as you're leveling up. For example, this Pendant of Shattering, I was able to level this up quicker. So before I could get the Relic of the Chosen leveled up, I was using this because I had it at a higher level and the champion vanquish damage was actually higher. Same with Wand of Illusions, right? See, it has champion vanquish damage too. So it all depends on what you can level up first. Okay? So just look at those ones. Whatever you can get the most vanquish damage out of, that's what you want to be wearing. For me, it's the Relic of the Chosen. Because I have it at a higher level, it gives me a higher vanquish damage percentage. Okay? Alright. The chest piece. Breastplate of Fury. Right? Also has champion vanquish damage. Depending on what level you're at, right? So, it goes up with each level. Right? For me, mine is at rare. Okay? Then, the Headsman Blazing Sword gives you champion vanquish damage depending on the level that you're at. Right? And then, the Sabatons of Vanquisher are also going to give me some more vanquish damage. Okay? So this is what you want to do for gear. And again, depending on what level you're at, right, will depend on whether or not you're going to be wearing this or not. Alright, so they've made an addition to the game. Right, if anybody did the Corn Foe event, the level 5 Corn Foes that were happening recently, you got some of the materials to be able to get this new skin. Right, they added this new skin to the game, the Dragonbone Fortress. That Dragonbone Fortress, depending on what level you're at, will add champion vanquish damage and vanquish double rewards chance. Right, so these are made for the Vanquisher events. Okay, so you're going to want to switch into this. So I'm going to apply that skin. You already seen that I applied all my gear. And I've got my vanquish skills somewhat applied, right? Alright. My goal is to get to 1.75 million so that I can get gold. So, this is how I'm going to calculate. I'm going to go find me the foe that I have to hit. For this event, it's this Sigvald Magnificent. I'm going to click on it. It's going to tell me, and look, I can already do it. So it's going to tell me what I need in order to max the event, right? Let's say that I could not get the amount that I needed. Let's say I was at 1.2 million, right? And I was 5.5 million short of what I needed in order to get the requirement. Then I would go back into my skills, my Vanquisher skills right here, and I would add one at a time to Flurry of Attacks and go back and click on here until I got the amount of damage required in order to get gold in the event. Okay, like I said, I'm already there, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Now there's two things you could do. Once you get to the points where you reach this requirement, stop adding to the Flurry of Attacks. Okay, then you go in here and there's two options that you have. You could either go into Gloat and you can increase your chance for a double reward chance, or if you have another event that's coming up right after and you want to be able to save some of this stamina, then you can go back in here and you can go into Human Vigor and you could put your points into this. I have enough to where I could put points into both, right? So I'm going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here to Gloat 1 and I'm going to add max. And then I'm going to go to Inhuman Vigor and I'm going to add what I have left. That way I can save a little bit of stamina for the next event. Right? Or I can hit more times, whatever I want to do. So it's going to take me 4,290 stamina. And this is what I want you guys to see. So if you look at my maximum stamina right now, after I adjusted all of my Vanquish skills, it's only 1,200. Right? But I could use all 10,550 stamina if I wanted to. All I would have to do is increase my Flurry of Attacks. It would increase the amount of hits that I could do, and I could use it all and increase my damage. Just so everybody's tracking. But I don't want to do that. I just want to get gold. Okay? So you could see that even though 1,200 is my max, I'm using 4,290. Okay? And I'm going to get gold. and gold. I didn't have to spend any stamina pots, right? Didn't have to do any of that. Now let me show you something. So when you go in here to switch your vanquish skills, when you reset your skills, it costs 1,000 warp stone to do it, right? And then it costs 1,000 warp stone to switch back into battery mode, because that's what you'll want to do, right? So that's 2,000 warp stone. Let's go to the rewards on the event. And this is why it makes so much sense to do this every single time you do this event. You're getting 2,750 warp stone. So the switching of the skills pays for itself. Plus you still get all the rewards. So it's worth it, right? And you're getting, which is the most important, is you're going to get these spoils that you spread across to your alliance, which give you guys all kinds of speed ups and stuff like that. This is one of the most important events. All right. So that concludes this video. I hope that it helps everyone. If you've got any questions or comments or anything like that, just leave it in the comments and I'll try to answer them the best I can. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy.